Hi, and welcome to a discussion on the ProGrowth Relationship System. The relationship system is the cornerstone of our execution model. Once you have clarity on the type of clients you want to capture, the key is developing a relationship system that will get the job done without leaving things to chance. The relationship system is the key to acquiring the clients that will allow you to achieve your revenue and income goals. As in any business, the distribution system of the business is critical to its success. It must be well thought out, developed, and managed with the appropriate distributors to have the ability to attract the business that you want. Since we as service professionals depend upon referrals from other service professionals, the key to our success is developing a relationship system involving key individuals who have the ability and willingness to refer the type of business that we have identified and can best serve. Our relationship system is not mutually exclusive of our plan. It overlays on our plan. Our plan tells us the type of professionals and in what markets and market segments that can best serve as distributors of our service. The relationship system must be built and managed apart and separate from your contact management system. The key to the ProGrowth relationship system is that you do not need a huge population of professionals. You simply need a few very special relationships where you can count on them and they can count on you. The relationship system is purposeful and deliberate. It is not a random act. Let me give you a sense as to how it works. People come into the relationship system at level 2. Level 2 is like the incubator. And what we want to do is determine 3 things to see whether or not they have the ability to become a level 1 relationship. That's what creates predictability in our relationship system. Level 3 is similar to level 1, but it really just gives us coverage. For the purposes of this discussion, we're going to focus on level 2 and level 1. As people come in at level 2, there's 3 hurdles that they have to overcome. One is the personal relationship. The second is whether or not we're in each other's market segments. And the last is whether or not they are purposeful and passionate type of people. If they can't pass one of the hurdles at any point in time, then they exit and they go back into the contact management system, which I call the abyss, because as you know, we all typically have people that are buried in there. This is how it works. Let's say that I met you and you and I struck up a conversation, and I think, wow, I think that I could, and for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to call you Jim. I think Jim and I could potentially do some business together. So I'm going to put you into my relationship system as a level 2 candidate to see whether or not there is that potential for us to become a level 1 relationship. Now, when you come into my relationship system, you come in at level 2. And at level 2, we have level 2C, level 2B, and level 2A that addresses the 3 hurdles that we have to overcome. We use the ripening tomato theory because, as you know, tomatoes start green, and as they ripen, they go gold, and when they're ready to pick, they're red. At level 2C, the primary thing that we're interested in is whether or not we can develop a good personal relationship. I might want to have a couple of different meetings with you, have a couple of cups of coffee, just so that I get to know you personally. As you know, none of us are ever going to refer anybody unless we feel good about them personally. So let's assume that you and I get along great, and now I need to determine whether or not we are playing in each other's sandbox. Are we in each other's market segments? Because if we are not, no matter how strong our personal relationship, I am not going to be able to help you. But let's say that after a meeting or 2, I really get a very good sense of your practice, and there is no question that I know that I can help you. The last stop along the way is at level 2A, and here's where we need to determine whether or not the individual is purposeful, intentional, and passionate about what they do, and do they have integrity. If you were looking at me and I was just one of these people that kind of floated along, and I was always late for our meetings, and I would call at the last meeting and cancel meetings, you would probably classify me as a flake. And if you try to go ahead and convert me at level 1, given those circumstances, all I'm probably going to do is give you heartburn. It's the toughest level to have someone exit, because at this point you've got a great relationship and you're in each other's market segments. So let's assume then that I've taken you through all 3 of these levels, and you and I are at lunch today, and I decide I'm going to see if Jim would like to be a level 1. We never assume that the individual wants to be a level 1. We have an explicit conversation. So I might say to you, Jim, you know, it's occurred to me that you and I have had a real opportunity to get to know one another, but like you, I am so busy spinning on my plates, I'd like to sit here and tell you I'm thinking about you, but I'm not. But I had this idea, and I wanted to bounce it off of you. I was thinking that maybe if you and I could get together once a month for a quick cup of coffee, 30 minutes at most, and just brainstorm. Just maybe I might have come across a person or situation during the course of the month that could be of help to you. And my feeling is if we could just help each other with one significant event over the course of this next year, it might make a real difference in both of our businesses. Would you like to do something like that? In all probability, you're sitting there shaking your head, because nobody will ever say no to that. And as soon as you say yes, I'm going to say, how about if you and I meet on the 3rd Tuesday of each month from 7:30 to 8 o'clock? Would that work for you? And you check your PDA and I check mine. We both agree. We put that on as a repeating event. And I can tell you that because of the due diligence process that I have taken you through, and the fact that you and I are going to meet once a month, and that we're both going to intentionally prepare for that meeting, the likelihood of you and I helping each other with one significant event over the course of a year is extremely high. Most people would say 100%, but I had a lady a couple weeks ago that said, you know, Ken, I'd say 100%, but nothing's ever 100%. This is how it works. This is how it will help you create the predictability that you need to achieve the results that you want. Let me show you how you manage your relationship system within our integrated practice management system. If you recall, we have that color scheme that we use in order to understand where someone is within the relationship system. People are either moving up to level 1 or they are a level 1 in the relationship system. You'll never have more than 25 or 30 people in here at any given time. And you'll know exactly where they sit when you get into the relationship system. Once you become a member, and when we take you through the new member orientation, you will learn how to use this so that in a few minutes a week, you can manage your relationship system and it will produce the results that you want. You now have probably seen the video on our action plan that creates the clarity that you want, and now you understand the kind of relationship system that will give you a high predictability in getting the results that you want. I might recommend that in the next video that you watch that you take a look at our monthly progress report or monthly assessment and understand how that will help you stay the course and keep on track to achieving the results that you want. Thanks for participating, and I wish you much success.